Let's go! Somebody say, put me in the game, Coach Smook. All right, man, let's jump into this tonight. Listen, we got a different type of show, post-practice report. I know y'all seen all of the content and all of the different outlets. Shout out to Bama Central. Shout out to Miller's Edge. Shout out to Ryan Fowler. Shout out to a lot of them that put out some quality coverage on today's practice. Let me see something real quick, y'all. Let me fix something. Something's not acting right. Oh, it didn't save. Let me get right. Hold on. Let me get right. Let me get right, y'all. There we go. All right, now we good. We should be good over there now. All right, now we back. All right. Appreciate y'all for pulling up too to the live, man. It's gonna be more interactive tonight. Post practice report. If you a member, you got some good insight before we did the immediate reaction to the post practice live to all the reports that we got. Now we're going to react to Coach. Well, not react. We're going to report everything that we got from practice today. I'm going to talk about the official footage that the university has provided, as you in the background. Well, you can't see it for real, but you all know what's going on. And then also, we got defensive coordinator Coach Kane Womack, the interview with him. Want to look at that and review that and talk about it, man. Break it down. Some positive things to take away from Coach Womack's interview. Some insightful things, some things that we have kind of been hinting towards in some of our conversations in the off season, leading up to fall camp, even in the going into the spring. Looking at some of the developments that we were getting. A lot of you all had questions about D-line rotation, about personnel, how they would move personnel around, the safety room. We got a lot of things to talk about. I had some great conversations, and it was crazy because I did not know that we were going to be able to have some of the interactions that you all saw on the channel last season. If you go back to a live stream from October, we were on campus, and we were talking to somebody. We was like close to field level, and we were talking to somebody, and they had the badge on. You know, we was just talking and introducing ourselves. Well, little did I know I was talking to a former NFL player and Alabama player in the flesh. So, yeah, that was pretty cool, and it was a few of them right there with Mr. Douglas and his family. So it was pretty cool to have that interaction that day. So it's good to see all y'all in the chat tonight too, man. Ready to talk some Alabama fall camp. Like I said, we got a lot of things to discuss, man. The offense started off strong today, but the defense woke up. You know, at the end of the practice, by the time we were coming back home from the gym and looking at everything, looking at all the group texts and all the conversations, it looks like defense ended up looking like the defense that we expect them to be and expect to see in the upcoming season. Very athletic up front, like I said. I can't wait to see what Coach Womack has to say about the performance of the defense thus far in day 3, first day with full with pads. So let me make sure I got the right B-roll up too. What's today? Yeah, that's the right one. So yeah, how does it look like the one from yesterday? Let me see. Make sure I got the right one. Yeah, that's not the right one. Hold on, y'all. The right one downloaded. Get the right one downloaded. Get the right one downloaded. Huh. It might be the right one. Let me see. Oh, that's the right one. Okay. All right. We ain't tripping, y'all. We ain't tripping. All right, y'all. Let's get into the show. Y'all ready to get to it? I'm ready to get to it. Somebody type it in the chat. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook. I see y'all popping up in the chat. We're going to do roll call once we get done with this little intro, man. Y'all ready to get into it? Somebody say it one time in the chat. Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Let's do it, man.
authenticity, above all, reunite, above all, authenticity, above all, reunite, above all.
SP yelling, roll tide all day, yeah, it's in my bones. Crimson in my veins, talking Bama in the microphone. Look me up on YouTube. True cut straight from the stone. Ain't no selling fairy tales, I'm exposing what they want. Alabama football, yeah, I live it, yeah, I beat it. From the streets to the bleachers, every angle, yeah, I see it. Film study so militant, I ain't guessing a thing. Break it down, every snap is like a coach in the team. Authenticity above all, that's where I stand. If you ain't a real fan, you'll fail with the fan. They tried to box me in, and I keep it dope off the frame. Turn the pressure into power, put my stamp on the game. Put me in the game, coach, in the game. Put me in the game, Coach Smook, that's what they saying. Put me in the game, coach, in the game. Put me in the game, coach, that's what they saying.
Players and the staff are pulling up right now for today's scrimmage. Coach David Ballou in the front. Y'all can see everybody pulling up, man. And boys over there, look at Deontay live.
Hey, y'all, I'm walking out of Walmart. Check, what's your name, bro?
Man, my name Michael McKinney, man. I'm a true Alabama fan, and this man does a good job on his podcast.
What's up, bro?
Reviewing Alabama football. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
Appreciate that, bro. Roll Tide, man.
Roll Tide in the chat. Let's go. Good to see everybody again tonight, man. I think we had a great live this morning. Man, y'all came through heavy with the likes. Thank y'all again for helping us achieve our daily like goal, man. It's always a good time when we can hit them like goals, when we can hit those small milestones that may seem small to some, but huge for us as we continue to regain our algorithm and get our subscriber base continue growing, man. So I appreciate you all. Let's do a roll call real quick, man. I appreciate everybody for pulling up. I know it's been a while, man, since we did a late night live like this again, like we did one earlier this week. I think this one's gonna be pretty cool, man. So, starting off with the YouTube chat, man. We appreciate y'all for pulling up here on the Coach Smook Network. My boy Zach, I see you in the chat. Welcome in, Roll Tide. Oh, y'all loud. Big Frank, what's good, man? Why y'all clapping so loud? Jesus Christ. What's up, Big Frank? Roll Tide, man. Let's go. What's up, Antoine, my guy? Good to see you, Roll Tide. Good to see you in the chat. Coach Snell Gaming checking in on the YouTube chat. I see you, my brother. Make sure y'all go subscribe to Coach Snell Gaming, y'all. That's our offensive coordinator for the season for the live game sim. Make sure y'all go subscribe. Support his growth and his training. He's training right now. He put himself through the gauntlet to get ready, man. My guy, who's that, Rod? Is that Rod? I ain't seen Rod in the chat in a minute. Whoa, Tide. Let me see, is this the same Rod? I think so. What's good, folk guy? Good to see you, family. Roll Tide in the chat, man. Good to see all the AAA family in the chat. Everybody with them wristbands, y'all looking good. If y'all haven't seen it, hopefully it's updated. We got new badges. Got new badges for the AAA family, man. You know, y'all really been scoring out, so had to update some things. We got some facelift things we're going to do for the network, for the community. Shout out to everybody on the TikTok side, too. I see y'all tapping the screen. Claudia, I see you over there tapping the screen. DT on 10, I see you in the chat. I see you over there. Andrew, I see my brother Antonio Snell, my brother Nick tapping the screen. What's up, Nick? All the way up in Philly. One love to the Crimson Tide. Yeah, man. I see y'all over there, man. As y'all come in over there on TikTok, make sure if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, if you don't have a YouTube, go ahead and create one. It's free to create a YouTube account, YouTube channel. Come in and check in on the YouTube side because we love to get your comments on the screen. I see we got some new comments. Let's see who else is it. We got some more people checking in, or is there some people that's already been in here? Oh, we got Dino checking in. What's good, Dino? Good to see you in the chat, my guy. Good to see you, man. Roll Tide, man. He coming in. Crank it up. And who is that checking in at the bottom, Mary J? We have one more at the bottom. I seen that. My guy, Big Friend, he said, yo. All right. There we go. Gunny Sergeant, what's good? Freshie233, what's good over there on TikTok? Listen, I gotta take my time as everybody to come in and get settled in because I want to give everybody a chance to get on the phone line. I know Zach is ready to talk about this because today we had a presser from the defense. We had defensive players and defensive coaches. The defensive head coordinator available for today, and we have Kane Womack's interview here uploaded, and we're going to play that here soon. But we also have practice footage, and we're going to have a little conversation with Kane Womack's interview. I'm interested to hear what I like Kane Womack's interview. Let me see that comment again. Somebody came through on TikTok. I mean on Twitter. Said Moses Chandler said Amari Johnson, man. Y'all know that's a personal one for us, man. Shout out to the comment over there. Make sure you retweet it, repost. Let everybody know you checked in on the Coach Smook Network. We're gonna get them phone lines opened up for you too, man. If you over there on Twitter, stay tapped in. I want to hear some of y'all takes on Twitter. Twitter be having a lot to say with these, you know what I'm saying? They get to typing in them comments, but you can't ever get none of them trolls to come out and say nothing. It just be hide. It be hide. You know what I'm saying? Just hide. But nah, I appreciate y'all for pulling up. Nay, I see you over there on TikTok over there trying to hide. I see you. Got that screen for your brother Z-Walk, Freshie. I see y'all. Joseph, what's good, man? He says smooth. Triple A fam, what's good, man? Good to see everybody, man. See some familiar faces. I know we are gearing up, getting in our season mode. Good to see y'all. Good to see everybody in the chat. All right, let's talk about it. Alabama Fall Camp Day 3. You know, the headliner, I had got some early text messages, some early alerts, some guests that were on the sideline, man, some people that I always talk to on the weekly. Just, you know, dropping nuggets, man, dropping nuggets for you, boy. And they weren't shy about sharing that. If you haven't seen it, if you haven't seen the members only video, go watch that and you'll know what I'm talking about. So the offense started off very fast today, which is a positive, in my opinion. That's something that if we're looking for Alabama to grow from last year, we want to see this offense start faster, right? Take advantage of explosives, whether it's on the ground in the run game or through the air. And you saw Coach Grubb kind of highlight that run game was coming along. You know, you really couldn't tell until you were going to get in pads and things got a little bit more physical and reactive. And then when you put guys under the lights, things change, you know, in a whole different sense. So, but having confidence in that, and then to hear what we heard today, great news. And then to hear the defense kind of buckle down and do what defense usually tends to do in this part of fall camp, spring training, off-season workouts, whatever. The defense tends to have the edge. It's more reaction for them. It's more reactionary for them than it is designed to like scheme up and win based off what the scheme is calling for, what the play call is calling for. So it's good to hear that the defense is continuing to kind of maintain the competitive edge in the overall performance and production during practice. Now, let's stay on the offensive side before we go to the defense. Mary J, can we get a banner? Offensive overview for day 3. We can say day 3 offensive review for day 3, something like that. I want to talk about what everybody's wondering about the quarterback battle. Let's go ahead and dive into it. I truly think when you have reports of just the evasive reports of acknowledging the direct skill sets of what the quarterbacks are doing, you're starting to see like there's no real change from where things left off previously before the summer break. And in a sense, you had that idea. You have that idea with Kalen DeBoer when it comes to making decisions. And I think Ryan Grubb has more input as far as to which quarterback is going to actually be the starter, right? I think he has more input, and overall, ultimately, it's on Kalen DeBoer. But I think Kalen DeBoer and Ryan Grubb, their work relationship, the amount of time they've worked together, is kind of like hey, Grubb, is your call. And with Grubb, he has a super interest in Keelan Russell's skill set, and the fact that we're hearing these, not rumors, but we're hearing reports, we're having conversations where you're talking about the young man being thrown into, there's no cutting, slices off the top of taking any icing off the top to kind of give him a baby serving size. He's getting the same workload, the same responsibilities, and the same expectations are set for him as is for Austin Mack. Now, with Austin Mack, consistency is the thing with both of these quarterbacks, and that's something that he was able to display up until the second scrimmage in the spring, right? Begin to struggle a little bit going into the third scrimmage. There's reports that he had an injury. Um, really couldn't tell by the performance. It kind of looked consistent of what we saw from him the previous season in the A-Day game, going against the third string group. So just didn't see that growth as far as his mechanics and everything developed over the year like you thought you would. But definitely look more confident. I'll say that. Austin Mack does not lack confidence, and nor does he lack the ability to provide a manage offense with the skill sets that he has surrounding him. If he's consistent in understanding what the play call is asking him to do and can get through his reads, the timing could be a factor for him, something that he struggled with. But if he could get some timing, Austin Mack could be the guy. And the thing is, Keelan Russell already possesses that. We saw him display that in A-Day. There were some things happening in practice during the pass skills element of it. And people were just kind of you hear the talks about Russell being able to release his release points, where he can release the ball from. And there were some things he was doing in drills that were a little bit unorthodox, but you can tell these are things he's been working on in the offseason and training. So it doesn't look like horseplay. It's real skill work, right? And to know that you have a new offensive line, the core of your offensive line is trying to gel together. There's new faces, 4 new starters. Michael Carroll started I think 9 games last season. He started 8 games last season, played in 13 games, or 14 games last season. So it's one of those things where you kind of expect your quarterback to help along the development of the offense, of the offensive line, meaning help it. You're going to have to make a few plays to help the offensive line develop and gel together and protect you. And when you think about who can do that, right? I think Austin Mack can do that with his legs. How consistent can you be with that? We saw Milroe get limited in that aspect when, we relied heavily on his legs to kind of be the engine for the offense. And then another thing to factor in too, we saw when his passing game was a factor, how much it opened up the offense even more, because if you did play great coverage and you dropped 8 and had great coverage, you didn't have a defensive lineman that was able to keep up with him. Now he's in open space. Now it works. So who presents the consistency in the passing game to be able to extend plays or help the offensive line by forcing defenses to drop 7, drop 8, right? Keep your O-line in situations where they could kind of match up and assignment block, lane block, right? I think when you factor everything in, Alabama's in the best place they could be they've been in a while. They're in the best place they've been in a while on the offensive side of the quarterback position, and the skill sets that they're going to play out. I have no doubt that the skill sets are going to they're going to play out, and what we know to make this offense be what we've been asking for, the Washington Ness style of this Grubb DeBoer combination, right? It's going to have to happen with a quarterback that can create with his legs, that can also stay consistent in the vertical passing game. And to me, without a shadow of a doubt, right now, that's Keelan Russell. That's the quarterback battle. Now let's switch to the defensive side, man. As y'all see the defensive line get some work in, man. I want y'all to look at something, man. I keep talking about this. We talked about this in the spring, how we saw some of the guys that came in the previous year. And, we're kind of fluffy, developing in their frames, all of that good noise. But now you look at this D-line, this edge rushing rule. These are the Wolf players and the defensive line. So basically the front four, the front four and the 4-2-5. This is the personnel. And these are the interior and the perimeter guys, right? You see D tackles. That's Ja Latham. It's good to see him back in practice. I can't see that number, but big boy. Asai Fager right there. I think that was 80. I can't remember who that is. But 32. I think 32 is Kamari Johnson. Steve Bowler. Look at Steve Bowler, y'all. This is the guy we got in the 25 class, right? 25 class, went to JUCO, came over 26 last season. came over last season. Did he come over in the 20? We signed in the 24 class. Came over in 25. He was on campus last year. So this is his second season on campus. Third season in college football. First year in JUCO didn't go against him. But man, he looks like solid, man. I think he's listed at 313, chat. I think he's listed at 313. That dude looks solid, bro. And he's in the interior. I think, and he's about 6'4", about 6'4". Long limbs, like long arms. Big frame down low. Devin Tompkins, look at him, man. These are dudes, man. So when you think about what we lost in Keon Keeley, right? I think that was initially when you think about just the makeup, the frame of what he is, right? 6'5", 290. You know, the type of speed and lateral quickness he provided, the type of bull rush, just the edge containment ability, the lateral quickness to change direction at his size was kind of freak of nature. You get that back with Devin Tompkins. You can see it, man. He don't have big boy stride. Look at how he comes out of this break. Wait till he goes. Wait till he goes back. He don't have big boy stride. Look how he comes out of this break, and it's just warm ups and stuff. Yeah, I know, but it's smooth with the ball. Keldrick Bingsley, Keldrick Jones, big 44. I gotta remember who 44 is. I think that's one of the freshmen. Look at the D lineman. They got D linemen doing drop drills. Look at him. Focus. Catch the ball. Jaira Edwards, man. That's hard to believe. That's a free safety, chat. That's hard to believe. That's a free safety. That's a free. That's a strong safety. That's a safety. A true freshman safety at that. Guys, we got some studs on this roster. Just like get off the bus and kind of intimidate you type of thing again. Alabama looks like it. You know, for if we being real, for what Georgia has looked like for the past forever, we starting to look intimidating again. These boys look like some of them. You remember? I remember we was on the show with a panel one time, and they said we need to get some of them boys that be smoking them black and milds again. These boys, I don't think they from the trenches. Most of them ain't from the trenches, but they dedicated, man. I'm telling you, the aura around the locker room, the aura in the locker room is get some work. I am the last state. The last 8. I am the last 8. What's good, fella? He said Jaira might get some action. Ain't no might. He's a day. Listen, listen, I'm gonna tell you this. I guarantee you, Bray Hubbard, Keon Sapp are. Man, I gotta stop doing this. You know what? I'm not embarrassed. The way that it sounds when I'm having these conversations is like. You have 2 veteran safeties in Keon and Bray that know that they have some super talented guys behind them. Even last year. But they needed to earn the trust of the coordinator. They needed to earn the trust of Coach Smook, who's very, very, very strict on technique. If you look great in indies and drills, you're going to get opportunities in practice to run against the ones, to run best on best. You're going to get a snap. Just because you paying attention. If you could pay attention to the details, you're going to get an opportunity. Zebo, Bach, Dijon. All these freshmen that came through Bama and played under Mo since he's been at Bama, they attention and details at that position, man. Red. People forget Red played his first season under Mo. That was a different type of skill set in that group. Zebo and Red, they came in the same class. Amari Johnson was listed by Kane Womack in Yale, Alabama interview as one of 4 freshmen that are pushed for playing time. I can tell you 4 freshmen right now on both sides of the ball. I can tell you 4 on the defensive side that could play. We've been talking about Amari Johnson, but Corey Howard, I think, is one of those guys. Jaira Edwards is going to be one of those guys. And then I think Zay Griffin will get some spot play coming off the edge. I think Zay Griffin is right there. Nolan Wilson showed up, and the type of size he put on, That kid, you turn on Nolan Wilson's film. That's a super underrated. I think he ended up being a 4-star, but I know he started off as a 3-star. That young man is underrated. And that was him at number 44. Shout out to Mary J for pulling that. That was him number 44 on that drill. Right there. There you go. That's a true freshman right there. Let me. That's a true freshman. 44. You still see the listen. I want y'all to, and this is no funny business, right? Take the comment off the screen for a second. We're gonna get to it. I want y'all to look at some of the older guys, and this is what I meant last year. This is not excuses, right? We're not making excuses. This is just facts. When you have a 23, 24-year-old, their body is developed, they've been conditioned through some of the conditions of college football, just the day-to-day demands of it, right? Their body's developed through this. It's different when you're 17, 18. So when you played 6 or 7 games and your body has been through this recovery routines that is new to, yeah, it's keeping you intact, but it's not really refreshing. You're not having the same recovery as somebody that's been doing it for 24 months, 18 plus months. I say 18 months. It really takes the body to truly transform when you transition from high school ball to college ball. So you look at, I want y'all to look at something. Look at some of these frames. Look at Steve Bowler, another 6'4", 300-pounder. Look at how more firm his legs are around the calf area and his quads and his forearms. Just look at him. Same thing with Devin Tompkins. Both of these guys been in college football 3+ years. Keldrick Benz, look at his legs. Look at his legs. Just a lot more firm. And then look at baby boy stepping up. Nolan Wilson, even though he put on that weight, a lot of lean mass, is not fully developed yet. His body's not taken all the way to that frame to where he's put onto it yet. So yeah, he fits the size, he fits the mold. And so early in the season, you can expect a guy like Nolan Wilson to get an opportunity early. Amari Johnson, all them young guys with the because they gonna be fresh. They're gonna be firing. So I'm telling you, it's gonna be one of those type of seasons for the D-line rotation. It's gonna be one of those seasons. I promise you. And for everybody that thought that Alabama's D-line was getting pushed around last year, it was a reason why the young guys would get out there and give us a lot of production. It was a real reason why. And that's because they fit the mold. They were the freshman class, the D linemen that came in the freshman class, the transfers that came in under Kane Womack. They were the guys that truly fit the mold of what Womack wanted to do as far as his defensive makeup for the SEC. And now he's had 2 years to really develop some guys that fit the mold and have been developing fundamentally into these skill sets, and then go out and get guys that already fit it. Now he's getting freshmen. Now he's getting guys that fit the mold. And that's what you want to see. That's what you want to see from Coach Womack and this staff. Freddie Roach and this staff. Coach Jared Johnson, assistant D-line coach. Y'all get to know Coach Johnson soon. He's a name that you all should know already. Played in the NFL, former Alabama player, right? Having him at Bama, you can see the D-line attitude is different. I'm telling you, and this is one of those staffs. It's kind of one of those. It puts you in the mind of that Saban year 3 staff, right? When Kirby Smart was in his second year as the defensive coordinator, he finally got the gave him the reins. And then the inside linebacker room. I'm gonna talk about the inside linebacker room. Then we're gonna take a quick infomercial break. And then we're going to come back and we're going to open the phone lines. Topic of discussion, Alabama football, questions, answers, thoughts, defense reports. No, when we come back, we're going to actually have Kane Womack's interview. We're going to play it, kind of react to it, let it play through, and give our thoughts as it's going through. I would love for y'all to run the comments up as that video is playing and as we're reacting. Love to see your thoughts. And then we're going to open the phone lines, man. We're going to open the phone lines after that. Shout out to my guy, Jonathan Monk, saying over there on TikTok. Give it up for him over there. Appreciate you, Jonathan Monk. You do a great job, brother. Appreciate the taps on the screen. Appreciate the kind words, man. Appreciate you. My guy, John from DC, I guess this is the Georgia score, the Georgia game score. How about 2-1? I mean, 38-3 sounds good, but 2-1 sounds even better. You know, or what is it? What is it now? 8-2. Like we can go. We can go. What's the record in the past 10? Huh? I'm, I'm just I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right, so inside linebacker room chat. One thing about it, two things for sure. You're gonna need physicality, right? And in this defensive scheme, we saw how much change from year one to year two the inside linebacker room did with their bodies, one, and two, their technique, right? And under Saban, you had the space to kind of a false step a lot in that scheme. You had two gap containment up front. Generally with your D lines, not too many exotic stunts. You had a lot of demanding defensive linemen that demanded double team. So you had a lot of mismatches up front where you could kind of pick your spots and maybe send one or two extra assets at a low clip and get high clip success, right? So I think about it now with Coach Womack with the more of a space containment style defense that kind of forces you into pressures, right? Forces you into mistakes with exotic back end coverages with react concept behind it. Everything is react. If you see a concept developing, our cloud 2 should shift as one because this cloud concept is that, and we should match out of that shift, out of those first breaks by the number one and number two receiver, or the most immediate threat receiver, based off the initial call, what windows we're trying to force them into. We're reacting, and I know that's a lot. What I just said is kind of confusing, but that's what the defense is. And when you have linebackers, inside linebackers, as young as our group is, and when I say young, I'm talking about the overall fact that there's not much system experience in this inside linebacker room, right? QB Reese probably has seen the most live action, right? Live meaningful game action with probably 10 to 15 snaps last season. Luke Metz played some last year. Abdul Sanders played in some mop up duty. Caleb Edwards come from Virginia Tech. He's expected to play a huge part. Has come along. You probably gonna see his name spoken about a lot throughout fall camp. Then also I think about not just Caleb Woodson, but Caden Jones. Another guy that Alabama has had on their roster since the Saban era, stayed through the transfer portal post Saban, and just hasn't turned the curve yet. Hasn't been able to stay healthy long, but seems to be putting himself in position to be right there on the edge of the rotation if things don't work out with the young guys who are very inexperienced. Now, one thing about Caden Jones, he may not be the physically imposing, super athletic linebacker that some of those young guys are, but he's a sure tackler, one, and he's willing to go and fit when it comes to run fits. I don't think you can live with his coverage ability and some of the concepts or the calls, but I think when it comes to just overall being a solid traditional inside linebacker, staying disciplined and run fits, I think you get that quality with Caden. That's that. And then the secondary, man, I keep telling y'all the safety room is very, very interesting. As you see Drake Kirkpatrick go through drills, see Ivan Taylor going through the drills, man. That room, I think we might see like a solid 5-man rotation in the safety room, which is not crazy. You see a lot of times last year, teams that slowed the game down kind of hurt us, on the back end with some of the play action shots, some things down the sideline late on some broken coverages because guys were just gassed at some points, So you want to build that confidence in guys like Jair Edwards, the true freshman who is going to play. He might walk out on the field depending on what formation ECU comes out in. He might be on the field. I think he's going to be the extra dime in the box safety, the first one on the field. And that's not crazy to note or to think that Dijon Lee got thrown into the fire at the Florida State game. And then like I said, Drake Kirkpatrick, I think he's going to be a solid rotational piece to rotate heavily behind Keon Sabb. I really would love to see him in Bray Hubbard's role. He's very physical, but I think Taylor, because of his youth, is just his natural skill set. That's something he excels in. Coming downhill, all of them, the names that I mentioned, maybe not as much as Sabb, doesn't come with as much thump, but does come down aggressively. But all of those names that I mentioned are guys that come down with some thump. They come down and they lay that wood. And the safety room is going to be exciting to watch. We already know what we got at the cornerback room with those big, long frames. And Dijon Lee, Carmelo O'Neal, Chuck McDonald, Xavier Brown is a technician, a guy that I think ZB is going to probably pay like a 14, 15-year professional career because he plays, protects himself. He's very sound in his tackling technique. But coverage-wise, he's another Minkah Fitzpatrick to me. Just a student of the game, and it shows with his with his gameplay. Because when he makes mistakes, it doesn't take him long to correct. You don't see him make many mistakes. Dominant coverage with a conservative run-stopping ability. I can't wait to see it all for him, Smook. I played inside backer in my high school days, and I see the transition. I think Chuck Morrell, with having this second year, right? He's been able to have another full season. Well, his first full season last year with the linebackers kind of helped his first year with running backs and transition in the middle of the season to linebackers, right, on the defensive side. But then now you see him having that full offseason to develop some guys. You all know that I'm very, very close with some of the inside linebackers from the 25 and the 26 class. Talking to those guys since they've been on campus, it was one thing to be learning from Coach Womack. The first year they were on campus, him and I forget who was the other inside linebacker coach. He's gone now. But having those two there, working with the inside linebackers, I think it was just Coach Womack. He was the inside linebacker coach and the defensive coordinator. I need Zach. Where you at, Zach? Double tap that for me. Yeah, as y'all know Zach be on. I know Zach be on it. Give it up for Zach though, man. That's A1. A1. I don't know if you did your member celebration, but yeah, I want to say sorry. You made fun of my head. I was always talking trash. Who is this? I made fun of your head. I'm sorry. Yeah, Jay, why you put that on the screen? You know I got ADHD, man, Jay. You gotta come on, man. I'm like, all right. So, overall review from today. Didn't get to talk about special teams. That's one thing I was disappointed about. Nothing really jumped out the conversation about special teams. Hope to be able to get some real insight about that. We got practice Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday scrimmage, and then they're off Friday and Saturday and back Sunday. I think that's the schedule. So we'll be keeping a close eye on all of that. Now, we're going to take a quick infomercial break, and when we come back, y'all, we're going to look at Coach Womack. We're going to look at Coach Womack's defensive post practice from today. Fall Camp Day 3 here on the Coach Smook Network. Somebody type it in the chat. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook. If you're not a member of the AAA family, this is how you become a member of the AAA family. Help your channel grow. Help us grow by doing this. We appreciate y'all, man.
Glad you chose to stop by the channel today. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to really become a part of this community here at the Coach Smook Network. We like to call ourselves the AAA family. The AAA stands for authenticity above all. We just want to give you an opportunity to become a part of this community because we're growing and we're doing something special here as a fan base, not just for Alabama, but the fan community as a whole. We're creating an environment where it's safe to be yourself, be authentic, and meet people who share the same passion you share, whether it's for the same team or not. You can do this by becoming a member of the AAA family. You simply start by just clicking the link provided to you by one of the moderators in the chat, or it'll be pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link. It'll bring you to my homepage. When you get to my homepage, make sure you hit the notification button and turn on all notifications. Understand that there are multiple ways to support the channel, and each level has its perks. You can go through and read each perk. As we continue to grow, new perks will be added to each level. One thing we would like to highlight that all AAA members are greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed that you have taken time and hard-earned money to support this channel. Once you join, YouTube is going to ask for some payment information, and make sure you monitor your subscription dates. Also, if you really want to get interactive with the community and find out what's going on, think about joining our Discord family. This is where you can get into all the fan talk of the community, and also there are networking opportunities. Please be mindful that there are rules and that we expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. Also, if you're looking to partner with Coach Smook Network or sponsor, please hit us up at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com, and our staff will get back to you in a timely manner. I'm your boy, Coach Smook of the Coach Smook Network, and I thank you for supporting this channel. You're talking about Jalen Milroe
Fantastic job. And
and the Pips, the perfect weak side linebacker, right? Put him next to the mic.
Not going to take us a lot of time, but I want to say that I'm excited about what.
Okay, forgive me, my brother. What's on your mind?
Oh, I'm good. I'm just still sorry for all the other content creators now that we have this mega star back in our presence.
All right, chat, let's get to it. We have Coach Kane Warman, post-practice presser, live right here for you. The full thing. We're going to react to it here. We're going to start off and let it run a little bit. Get settled in. Drop comments. React. I want to see some conversations in the chat, man. I see we got some viewers. Continue to hit the like button. Continue to tap the screen up on TikTok. If you're on any other platform, that's Twitch, Kick, Twitter, Facebook, drop comments. We can see them. We want to talk to you. Let's get into it.
well, I think Chuck Morrell does a fantastic job in the offseason of just preparing his guys. He's relentless in the preparation that he demands out of that room. And those young linebackers, they don't know anything different, and so they follow suit. They work their ass off. They live in the building, and it's really been great to see their development. You know, some of the improvements that we've made on the D-line this offseason certainly helps that linebacking core as well. I think, you know, one thing that we wanted to make sure is that we were more aggressive from the backing core, you know, guys getting downhill, and being more aggressive at the line of scrimmage, and I think those guys have really taken heart to that.
What were those pads Jared Johnson was wearing?
I know it looked like Iron Man out there. It's like a strike placement, hand placement drill. So the pads got numbers all on them and all that stuff, and bicep and, you know, chest and all that stuff. So it's just a striking deal. It's also to protect him because we got some pretty heavy-handed guys up front there.
I was going to say, did he volunteer for that, or did he get assigned that?
No, he does. So Jarrett's doing a phenomenal job, and I think one of the things when you watch him work with players, he's so hands-on. I mean, you can tell. I mean, it's a 12-year NFL vet that still wants a little piece every now and then, right? So, you know, it's awesome to have him. Very hands-on. He's very technical. And then there's just instant credibility in the room whenever he walks in there. When he says something, guys listen, as they should. He had a fantastic career and as a player and is doing an awesome job for us as a coach.
What's it been like to get Jamarian Latham back from injury? And how was he kind of come back from injury? And is he wearing a special helmet? I noticed he wasn't with the Guardian.
Yeah, I don't know with the guardian cap thing. I haven't asked him that or Jeff that question. But Zebo from day one when I got here he just naturally, there's guys that become kind of some of your favorites, right? Whether you're supposed to have favorites or not, I do. But he's just been a guy that I love his work ethic. He wants to be a coach one day. He operates that way. He's got great maturity. And then what's amazing in the first 3 days is how quickly he's adapted back to the fundamentals of football. I mean, you watch him in the 6 technique drill and he's kicking ass right now. So awesome.
Guys, I wish I had my face. I wish I could see my facial expressions in the background while he listening to Coach Womack talk. The only thing I do when I get this footage, the official footage, all I do is I play it to make sure that it has audio, and I only play like 7 seconds of it, and then I download it, and then I come to the studio and I upload it so that we can react to it together. When I hear this staff, when I say some of the same things that this staff is saying, right? Or they say, or we echo in some of the same thoughts. That's why I be so confident about some of the things I predict. And you guys got to remember, man, I literally I love the position that we're in right now as a brand, as a network, because we don't, in a sense, God has favored us to be held to a different standard. I'm gonna put it like that. God has favored us to be held to a different standard. So the transitions and the things that we're able to witness and give a storyline about, create conversation around. That's why we take pride in doing what we do. That's why they take pride in doing what we do and how we do it. So to hear some of the things, especially about like Xavier Brown, just showing up and being a leader, showing up being a professional. I told you them Cali boys, they different when it comes to how they perform. The way that their school system and the programs out there are invested into the youth, the prospect development, right? They come in. That's why you saw Bryce Young prepare the way he prepared. You see Jackson Lloyd, getting all the attention. All those Cali boys, Dijon Lee, Abdul Sanders got high praise. A lot of those Cali boys, man, they do a good job in preparation because that's just what they do. Good to see you in the chat, Kay. Interview, here we go. Check it out.
I think
oh, my fault. I started over.
Become kind of some of your favorites, right? Whether you're supposed to have favorites or not, I do. But he's just been a guy that I love his work ethic. He wants to be a coach one day. He operates that way. He's got great maturity. And then what's amazing in the first 3 days is how quickly he's adapted back to the fundamentals of football. I mean, you watch him in the 6 technique drill and he's kicking ass right now. So awesome to have him back. And he has worked really, really hard to get himself back in position to do that.
Who are some of your favorites?
just Zebo. No, I've got plenty of favorites right now.
Seems like Carmelo has kind of pulled out the plug since he got here.
Who's that?
Carmelo, what have you seen out of him?
Yeah. Melo, here's a guy that I remember when we were preparing to play Auburn, and Mercer had played them maybe 1 or 2 games before us. And I'm watching this long DB. I'm like, man, like this guy is impressive. And then all of a sudden, he shows up in the portal, and we went after him. I mean, quickly. He just has. It's hard to have that kind. There's not many guys that have that length.
Jason, appreciate the taps on the screen over there on TikTok, man. We appreciate everybody on TikTok. Continue to tap the screen. And right now at this 50-minute mark, I need everybody on both platforms to share the stream for me. I don't care where you share it from. Just share it outside of YouTube. Just take a moment and share it outside of YouTube. And then for the same in TikTok, take a moment and long press on the screen, long press like this, and then repost the stream. And I would greatly appreciate that. Also, if you want to share it directly to somebody and send a direct DM to another Bama fan, that'd be great. We got reaction. We're talking and breaking down Coach Womack's post-practice presser for fall camp, day 3. Fall camp, first day in pads, shells, physicality, not taking them down to the ground just yet, but it's definitely getting physical out there.
And then athleticism. I knew there was a skill set to work with. He was athletically further ahead It was better than what I even anticipated. I think what any of us anticipated when we got here. And so he came out here in the fourth quarter program and is running drills, and you realize, okay, there's a lot to work with here. And then, Mo Link was, from a fundamental standpoint, development standpoint, is as good as it gets. And so Melo he's dove in. He's got a professional mindset. He works at it every day. He's very coachable. And so he's just made huge strides in the last 8 months. That's a great question. They would argue, for a lot of them would argue for the top spot there. I think we have improved our physicality there up front. I think we've improved in our consistency as a defensive line unit, and then we've simply, we've gotten bigger. I mean, the last 2 years here, we've been
Come on,
14th in the SEC in frames, in D-line frames up front. I think this year now we're 4th or 5th, and so we have worked really hard, right, to get ourselves back in a position to where we can be a big, physical defensive line.
Yep. They gonna listen to you one day, brother.
I think of, say, Mincy, Dre, who've been quality reserves.
Yeah.
How do you think about getting all those guys on the field?
Yeah.
That's such a deep secondary.
Well, I mean, you guys know that y'all have watched for the last 2 years. We play players. We play a lot of players. We don't just play 11 guys. And but to your point, those guys have earned or are moving in a direction to earn more playing time, right? The devil's in the details, right? When do we get them on the field? How do we get them on the field?
My boy was good, man.
Because I tell those young guys and those backups all the time. You're asking me to put you on the field. That means I got to take Bray Hubbard off the field or Zabian Brown off the field, right? And at times, right, those guys need a breather anyway, but they have to play at least, close to the same level as those experienced players for us to be able to get them on the field, especially, in some of these big moments that you guys know that we have. And so those guys have worked their ass off. They've really pushed themselves, and they see the standard in front of them every day, and they either meet that standard or they don't. And right now they're doing a good job.
Let me take you back to a previous answer. You mentioned you guys have made a jump in the league in terms of frames. Obviously, you're quantifying that somehow. How do you define a frame?
Good question.
Yeah, so we looked at, we did a study. We looked at height, length, like arm length, and then just overall weight. And so in each of those categories, I think the last 2 years, I think we were like 14th in height. We were like 15th in weight, but cumulatively over the last 2 years, we were like 14th, which is not the standard here, right? We had to improve and work to improve that, and it's taken us a couple of years to do it. But we're in a much better place now.
I gotta pause it. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's telepathy, right? Is that the word? Telepathy? But I literally was just talking about the development of the D-line. You look at the different size. Like, this ain't a bunch of short, quick, stubby guys. And that's no shade to what used to work for college football. You see our D-line over the last 4 years compared to what it used to be up until like 2019, 2018, 2019. It got smaller because it had to get faster. And that's what Coach Saban felt like was the way to do it. And the scheme, it worked for the scheme, right? 2 gap. Guys don't have to cover much space. They just got to hold up space and let the guys around it kind of flood around it and suffocate it. So you saw a difference in personnel grouping and the change. And you saw the change there. So, yeah, Coach Womack speaking on that is kind of cool.
Arm length for every team in the league.
Yeah, well, that's a great question. The height and the weight piece is easier. I think the arm length was probably more just for us. So.
This is a dumb question, but why does height for a defensive lineman, why is that important?
Well, usually height goes into length, right, in general, right? So you don't have a lot of long guys with T-Rex arms out there, right? So we're probably guessing a little bit, with some of that from overall length, but big bodies matter, right? Mass kicks ass. And so when you have big frames that have length and being able to strike people, but also when they're when they're getting a double team, right? Just sheer mass matters. And the truth is we got moved around some for the last 2 years here. And so that was an area where, we've done some good things defensively here. At times I think we've been really good, but to be a dominant defense, you have to have guys up front that can make a difference. And I think we've got, we're moving in the right direction there.
How have you seen guys like Keon and Bray kind of respond to having so many players behind them that are pushing them to point time?
You're saying like with those guys behind them? Well, they have both taken steps forward as leaders. Bray is a leader of our football team. Keon Sabb's a leader of our football team. They're on our Unity Council, and so they have a voice in terms of what we do as a football team with Coach DeBoer. But those guys recognize they've been in some games where they're looking at the sideline going like, damn, can I get a breather? You know what I mean? But maybe there's somebody that's not ready. And so they want to push those guys along, right, to put them in position to go help us. And so they've done a really good job of challenging those young guys, teaching those young guys. And you see the evolution of Ivan Taylor, Jira Edwards already. Drake Kirkpatrick obviously has been here for a minute and is doing a really good job. So I'm excited about that group.
What's the expectation for Jeremiah being coming off the knee injury last year? I saw him beating some of the lines.
Yeah, he's worked really, really hard to get himself back. And especially, you think about a knee injury is hard for anybody, but when you're talking about a big frame like that, a big body, to be able to put himself in position to where he can, pound and move and shift and all that stuff. And then obviously, you're going to get 600 pounds of double team on you. And so there is a lot of work and effort to get to that position where that knee can be healthy and stable. And so, I make no bones about it. Jeff Allen and his staff they're the best in the world at what they do. And so our guys have done a really good job, but Beeman's in a really good place right now. Proud of him. Thanks, guys. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, Coach Kane Womack. Listen, chat. That was Coach Womack, defensive press of the full interview, official interview. Shout out to the University of Alabama Athletic Department for providing that footage. The Coach Smook Network official footage there, y'all. Definitely going to clip that up and get that posted. Some hot points, key points, kind of echoing what we were already saying, And like I said, that was my first time watching it with you all, the full interview, and it to me. It gives me confidence to continue to speak on things in the direction that we've done the past 2 years because we've trusted the process. We've kind of seen it from a bigger picture standpoint, and those things have come to pass. Shout out to the 22 likes in the stream right now, man. We got 35 in the chat, and I know some of y'all probably watching on your televisions, on your Rokus, or your Fire Sticks. You can actually, on the remote, hit the down button. I'm going to actually make a video for it and pop it up when I'm saying this. Is going to probably pop up right here somewhere. But you hit the remote, hit the down button, and you'll see the reaction buttons down there. Hit the thumbs up button or the thumbs down if you want to. It's up to you. Just hit that mode one time. And then if you're on your mobile phone, hit the little box and full screen it. Because some of y'all can't see like me, so you got to have everything on full screen. Brightness all the way up. It's okay. It is okay. It is okay. Not everybody can listen. They made these for a reason. Hit that like button. Make sure you have already shared the stream. If you haven't, go ahead and share it. If you're on Twitter, repost it, retweet it. If you're on TikTok, repost it, direct message to somebody. If you're on Facebook, share it. Share it. Put in one of them Facebook fan groups with all that complaining they be having. Lord have mercy. We gotta hurry up and get some lassos around these fair weather fans, man. The season ain't even kicked off yet. And they out in rare form. So we're going to get into our phone call segment here on the Coach Smook Network. Hopefully y'all ready to call in 334-625-1121. Get ready to call in now on the Coach Smook Network. We're talking Alabama football practice, day 3 practice, post-practice reports, thoughts, conversation. It's on you, the fans, here on the Coach Smook Network. Let's get into it, chat. Y'all ready? Yeah.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. 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 Put me
625-1121. Ooh, I was about to, boy, I thought I was about to spit some hot fire, didn't it? Nah, I'm gonna let y'all live tonight, man. Talking Bama football, I missed what happened. Are we on the right track? How's the old line? Listen, TBS Speaks Life is in the building. How you feeling tonight, man? Good to see you. Listen, call in. Let's talk about it. I don't want to go back over it again. I don't want to do that whole segment. I practiced that one. You know, I stayed online. I stayed on track. Only had like 1 or 2 ADHD moments in that segment right there. Didn't I? I did good, y'all. I kept it under an hour. I did my job. TV Speaks Life, man. I did my job. You where your wristband at? Where your wristband, man? I know you rocking with me though. Welcome in, man. Roll Tide. You ain't come in and say Roll Tide. You thought you missed something. Now you ain't missed nothing. The phone lines are open. 334-625-1121. You want to talk about it for real? We can talk about it. I want to hear your thoughts about everything. I don't want to see no. I don't want to keep reading no reaction. My eyes be hurt looking at that screen all day. I want to hear what you got to say. 334-625. Let me refresh it. I don't think it's hooked up. All right. Phone line is open. 334-625-1121. It's saying we already had a missed call. I didn't see it. But okay, there it is. Now we refresh.
Call from Zach Willie.
Yo, Zach. What's up, man? You in the game with Coach Smook. Talk to me, man. Y'all give it up for my boy Zach. On the phone line. Talk to me, Zach.
What's good, my AAA family and Coach Smook? How are y'all doing this evening?
We hype, man. We hype, brother. We hype. I'm hype. It looks like the chat is starting to get active tonight too, man. I'm loving to see the numbers growing, getting back closer to the season. People are ready to talk some real Bama football. So let's talk, man. Let's talk. You heard what I said about the practice today with how it started off. You know, you got to see the members only video. Don't say nothing about the members only yet. Don't say nothing. All right. Well, I think it's been released. I think it's been released to the public. So if you want to talk about it, you can talk about it. But on top of that, Zach, Coach Womack, the interview, we both just saw it. I think you some of y'all may have seen it before me. Some of the outlets have already clipped it up to kind of project what they want to project. But we got to see the full interview. What did you think from Coach Womack's interview and some of the things that he reported, and then some of the thoughts that we've been talking about on the network up until now? Talk to me, Zach. Floor is yours, man.
Yeah, he hit the head on the nail. You know, he went out there and discussed what we needed coming into year 3, talking about discrepancies at height, weight, and length that we had at Alabama. Now we addressed those issues in the portal back in January, and so now we're more designed for on the D line to have the kind of D lineman that we need for this scheme, which we didn't have it the last 2 years, and we got beat up a bit. So now that we have it, we should be more dominant in the trenches. That's why I wasn't upset when we didn't get Hollywood Smothers or Cam Coleman out of the portal, because the money that we would have spent on them 2 guys was saved for what we needed to address along the defensive line and offensive line.
100%.
And so with that, Alabama can be the best product that they want to be moving forward, you know, with the route that they're going and how they want to run this scheme and design it. So, but yeah, and talk about Coach Johnson like that, and to mention him, Kane Womack is a very nice and humble guy. He praises his coordinators or his assistant coaches when needed. You know, we've had our own interaction with him at A-Day.
Oh, so you do remember.
I do remember. That is a core memory that I probably will never forget.
Oh, I thought you was talking about Coach. I thought you remember. I thought you was next to me when I was talking to Coach Johnson.
I thought you was next, but I do remember the Kane Womack interaction. That was pretty
Yeah.
awesome. Y'all, Zach got choked up, man. I don't think you recognize who Coach Johnson was. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna pull a picture of him up on the screen in a few seconds here. And when you look at the screen, I think it's probably going to hit. Big homie, is Big homie in the chat? Because I know once he see the picture of Coach Johnson, he's going to remember me talking to this man like extensively right before we started to walk up to the stands or walk down, separate from where Big homie was. And then he was also over there when I shook Edric Hill's hand, when I dapped Edric Hill up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember who you're talking about. I didn't necessarily interact with him, but
Yeah.
I remember, you know, seeing him. You know,
And I think about it now though, Zach. You know, that to see like to see the staff. You know, you got Coach Trevathan on this staff as an analyst. You know, they got off field assignments during the game, but you know, all coaches are available during practice, right? And the type of knowledge that's getting passed around in the locker room to me is one of those things that we gotta take real advantage of. We gotta be able to capitalize on that. But go ahead, Zach. Continue with your thoughts, man. If y'all are liking the conversation, continue running the likes up. And then if you want to share your thoughts, the phone line is open here in about 3 minutes. We got about 3 more minutes on the line with Zach, the voice of the AAA family. Go ahead, Zach. More thoughts, man. Give it to us.
Yes, and I'm excited to hear how the defense is coming along. You know, the offensive line is coming along. You know, the running back room's coming along. I'm excited to see what transitions on the field. You know, and so I think we're going to have a good season this year. I think we're better prepared this year than we were last year to be more explosive along the defensive front and create more pressure. Yes, we improve year two from year one to year two, and I think we're going to improve even more from year two to year three. You know, and so I'm excited to see it. And to talk about Edwards, Jair Edwards.
Jair Edwards, that boy, Zach.
I mean, he's a stud.
Zach.
And to be 18 years old and looking like, man, he
Zach,
looks like a.
So Zach, I tell people all the time, I love to watch these YouTube docu-series covering high school football prospects, right? And St.
Right.
Francis Academy, where Jair Edwards came from, and a lot of other former Alabama athletes. I think Chris Braswell played there. A lot of them from that Maryland area, the area they've had come from that school. But Jair, I remember seeing him as a sophomore in that series 3 years ago, 4 years ago now, 3 years ago. I remember seeing him as a sophomore, and that coach was talking so highly of Jair as a sophomore. But at the time, I think he was like 6'1", like 185 then as a sophomore. And that's a big DB for a sophomore, a 10th grader, somebody 15, 16 years old. And then to see him get that extra 2 inches, a real 6'3", and we've seen situations like Dijon Lee grew at a whole inch since his arrival on campus, right? You get certain nutrition, your muscles develop certain way, your growth plate is, get accelerated based off some nutritional value, things that you add to your diet, and you get certain recovery, cells regenerate at a different level. All of these things are available at Alabama. So even as Derek Meadows gets on the screen, you see how he went from a 6'4" frame to now pushing 6'6" and moving like he's still 6'3", 6'4". So Jair Edwards, man, just the whole look, like you said, that dude, to have the frame, to have the college body, and then I told people, I said that dude can start anywhere in the country right now. He could start, like he could be your number one
free safety, in the box safety. He can play over the top of the defense. Run support coverage. The IQ is there. Film, just a film junkie, a guy that stays in the gym, and it shows. It shows.
Right.
So yeah, man. Final thoughts, Zach. Let's get ready to open this phone line back up. I appreciate your conversation, man. You always bringing the fire. Y'all give it up for Zach. Zach, final thoughts, man. Talk to us, brother.
Yeah. I thought, this offense is going to be one of the top offenses in the country this year. And our defense, I just have a feeling it's going to be top 3 defense this year. And I'll say this. I forgot what I was going to say. But anyway, Roll Tide, my AAA family. Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Love you guys, and Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, Zach. Zach said, I forgot what I was going to say anyway. But, hey, appreciate Zach for the phone call, y'all, man. 334-625-1121. Shout out to our new member of the AAA family, my guy, TB Speaks Life, man. Welcome to the AAA family. Let's go. Appreciate you for joining AAA family. And dropping this comment, first comment as a member. Hey, listen, I would love to have you call in, man. I don't know what you're scared of. I don't know why y'all scared to call in. Listen, this is the time to call in. Because when we blow up and get famous, that's when you should be nervous. Like when millions of people gonna be watching the show and listening on Spotify and all these different platforms. All these different, we gonna do it, y'all. Think I'm playing, y'all. We gonna get there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, 334-625-1121 phone line is open. I feel like we struggled with run defense last year. Not good, very frustrating. But although we can focus on the SEC in second round of playoffs, we did good without a run game or run stopping game. I disagree. I think we had one of the better run stopping defenses in the country. You know, for the skill set and the scheme that we ran, we had a lot of disruptive games where we knocked, I think all but 3 games we knocked teams off of their rush yard per carry averages and their total yard per game averages. So I disagree with that part. Now, the run game on the offense, we didn't utilize it. I definitely think we had skill sets in that room that should have been utilized more, i.e. Richard Young. Never got a chance to really get going. You look at some of his early runs against Florida State. I don't know what he did to get put in the doghouse in that Florida State game, but him and Kevin Riley were the run game. Daniel Hill wasn't in it that game. He had a few, of course, a few big catches, but yeah. Yeah, same thing I said, Zach. I think the run defense definitely improved as this. I think Florida State game made it easy for us to see the improvement, right? Just pure effort. Once this defense started playing with a little fire, man, I don't know. I disagree with the whole run defense part of it. But kind of in some other news, man. I see y'all tapping the screen over there on TikTok. Jalea, I see you. Mr. 205, I see you. Phone line is open. Y'all scared to call in 334-625-1121. The phone number. Let me move this graphic right here. Maybe y'all can't see it. I know I'd be pumping and priming y'all. I want some phone calls. It's Friday night. Don't have me up here on this thing late. Appreciate y'all for the 30 likes though. Mary J, put that banner up. Thanking them for the likes, man. Appreciate y'all for the 30 likes on the screen, man. Y'all some good people. I can't thank you enough. I know some of y'all just like to sit back and kind of watch and just, interact. But these Friday night shows, I would love to get y'all thoughts. I know it's gonna heat up during the season, but I'm telling you, I get used to seeing certain numbers, and based off how the chat reacts, you get preferred on the phone line. You get preferred, like Zach. When Zach is on the line during the season, it gets hot. So, we had a few. Glenn used to call in. A lot of people used to call in. Marquis Woods. Who else, man? Who was it? Antoine used to call in. Who else, man? We used to have some good callers, man. Used to call in. A lot of them used to call in. So we're going to get that back in rotation. I know the season about to heat up and everybody going to be ready. Listen, phone line is open, 334-625. I want to discuss one last thing when it comes to Alabama. I want to go a little bit more in detail with the offensive line, right? We got some We got some clarity on what the first group is looking like. So when we seen TB, this this not that. It's something else. This is a whole nother show, man. But yeah, so we when you look at the offensive line, how they're kind of putting it together. Coach Grubb yesterday during the interview reaction, we did a reaction to the interview. He was very firm and direct when responding to the question about how they want to, I guess, the rotation of the offensive line, load management, and the question was, are we planning to have are we planning to have an offensive line rotation of 6 or 7 guys, or are you trying to get the best 5? And Coach Womack just straight up, we want the best 5, and we feel like we're getting closer, and that's promising to me. And I think that has a lot to do with the offensive line coach, right? I think Coach Clem, we heard Grubb talk about how much of a teacher he is. Somebody that's going to be very, very critical in evaluating in the mechanics and doing the small things consistently, right, to build good habits. Clem has a great track record of being a teacher in the game of football with his run game coordination experience, offensive line development, tight end experience, all of these different spots on the offensive side of the ball and being at different levels of play calling. I think it's helped him become the type of coach that he is, and that's brought value to this team already. And then once again, you heard Coach Womack talk about the change up front for the defensive line, but what about the offensive line? You saw the tackles get a lot smaller, right? Still big bodies, but big athletic bodies at 330 instead of 350, 360. Big 6'7" bodies at 325, 315 instead of 360, 355, 370. So, what's up, Compton Roll Tide? Good to see you in the chat, family. Phone line is open. I don't know if you want to get on the line or not. We got about 9 minutes left on the show, so that's enough time. What's up, Birmingham? Mr. 205 in the building. I see you. Phone line is open. All the Bama fans. I know y'all. Listen. I know it's getting closer to the season. I know y'all got something to talk about. We getting all these quality reports. If you're a member on the YouTube channel, you got some insight during practice, man. I was gonna wait. I was like, man, this might get leaked. You know, it wasn't a video. It was just happening. I'm surprised, but you did have defense talk about it. But we'll hear about it. I guarantee you, it's being talked about on some of these message boards right now. In some of these platforms. So that's some. We got quality stuff, and we only talk about stuff we know, man. If y'all ever come in here talking about stuff I don't know about, I don't act like I know about it. I'm quick to be like, I ain't heard about it. I don't know nothing about that. And if it sounds realistic or remotely close to something that I think would be true, I'll check on it. Let's see what this caller is right here, Chad.
Call from
TV Speaks.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
Yo, TV Speaks. You in the game with Coach Smook. Talk to me, man. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, man. No, it's good to be in the show, man. It's good to see you on, man. You just popped up on my feed right now, and I was like, is that the Coach Smook that used to always be giving commentary and insight? So this is kind of nice, man. I'm kind of pumped up. That's why I had to go ahead and join and jump in here, man, because you used to give that good analysis. I always used to be like,
oh, that's what you was. Okay, I get what you was asking in the chat. Now you asking, am I the guy that used to be calling in on TDA?
Yeah,
man. Yeah, back in 2017, 2018, man. I was
yes, sir.
still support those guys. Shout out to Touchdown Alabama, man, and their staff, Dustin Riley and those guys. I don't know if y'all saw it, but they got a touchdown Auburn now. And I think,
what?
Yeah, man, it's a touchdown Auburn, and I'm telling y'all, I love to see expansion like that. I know we're Bama fans, but as a media personality, somebody that wants to see the industry continue to progress and see people step outside the box, especially in Bama media coverage, I'm glad to see it. And I think I'm not boasting or toot my own horn, but look at YouTube right now compared to how it looked 3 years ago when we got pushed off of Bama football on YouTube. Nobody was doing
Yeah.
what we're doing, and at the level that we're doing it at. And I love to see it. Now I used to take offense to it because we were taking little punches here and there, jabs and here and there. But I love to see it now. I go and I peek in on the shows now, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I see. Even like people using our background ideas and our thumbnail, like it's good to see everybody pushing themselves now. But TB, man, it's been a while, man. I love to hear our returning fans, returning voices, people that have kind of heard my thoughts over years. What did you think about? Well, I don't know. What did you get to see the Kane Womack interview that we played earlier?
I just saw the last little bit of it. I'll go back and check it out, man. But and by the way, where I was like skeptical of him when he was coming in a little bit, man, he's shown out, man. I think he's a beast. He knows the game. He's putting our kids and our young men in a great place. Getting them positions, switching up stuff, and I kind of laugh at. We had some ups and downs this year, man. But I went back like all the way to, man, 99.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and Bama always, people act like Bama was undefeated for 30 years. That's not what happened, man. It's football. It's the game. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some. Sometimes you're going to look like you don't even have a team. The next week, you're going to come back and kind of show what you're really made of. You're going to grow. You're going to evolve. Sometimes injury bugs can take you out. Flus take you out, man. So it's football, although we get kind of emotional about it as fans. But I kind of laugh at the whole Georgia thing, man, because I didn't agree when Georgia won that first championship, and I know they got a second one, man. I was like, we were still beating Georgia, though. And not even last year, you know what I'm saying? They came back and got us in the SEC championship. But I would say that the Oklahoma game, first Oklahoma game, SEC championship, and of course Indiana, that wasn't a good look. And I think that's what some of us as fans get worried about with, with just win more than the boys, man. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to act like that, but it was just a lot of ups and down stuff, little fluky things, and I'm just hoping, and I hear what you're saying about the defensive run game. I can see that kind of, but man, it was hard to watch. Quite frankly, a lot of times, I don't feel like we had enough up front, or wasn't feeling right or something, because I just felt like we were getting gashed at times. And then we would bend but not break, which was a good thing. But it was just kind of hard to watch, man, at times. And so I don't know.
I tell you where the fix came at for me. When the more you saw the younger guys play, the less we saw of James Smith, the less we saw of Jordan Renard, the less we saw of who else was a Saban stay? Like the Keon Keeler would be out of position a lot of times. But when he did get the few snaps, and a lot of people were wondering why he wouldn't get snaps. Go look at when he did have to play a lot of reps when LT was down. It took him 3 or 4 games. We had to go small. With Justin Hill and Noah Carter rotating on one side. Yanzi was playing that bandit position a lot. You had Renard being thrown out there. He would be out of position. So now that those guys are gone, look at where the production is left at, and look at what's left off the defensive front. London Simmons, Asaya Faga, Edric Hill, Fatua Henry, who didn't get a lot of snaps last year. But go back and watch the I think it was the LSU game. 14 got out there. Kelby Collins was out. LT Overton wasn't 100%. Jordan Renard had got banged up in the game. 14 gets thrown in there, coming off the edge, getting thrown in the interior spots. Like, it was a productive year for the guys that returned. And now you're going to see these guys thrown into bigger roles, and you went out in the portal and got guys who are proven. Devin Tompkins, Terrence Green, those guys are proven, man. And now you got young talent flashing, your freshman and Nolan Wilson. He just got there, in 8 months since he signed at Alabama, has put on 45 pounds. You got a returning Steve Bowler, who's going to be hard to move on the interior. Like this is a deep group, man, of just size and talent, brother. So I think this year we're more set up to play against the run. Jeremiah Beam is back too, for everybody that didn't know. We haven't seen Jeremiah Beam in a full season since his arrival on campus. We've seen him in spots, those flashes, all those hot spots. Every time he's touched the field, Jeremiah Beam has been a factor. I can't wait to see him healthy with some opportunities to not get ran in the dirt. This depth, he gonna have plenty of rest. He gonna be fresh all the time. This is going to be a big year for the defense, in my opinion, the defensive front.
Yeah, you know what? I agree with you. And listen, I'll get off the line. Other people want to call, but I'll ask you this, and I'll take it off the line. I haven't kept up a little bit about just what the philosophy is for recruiting now. Now with how NIL is going, I only get little things drop in my feed a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And I'll go to an article or two. I know there was something in Congress stuff, but I just wonder what Alabama's like philosophy is, because I heard that Morgan was like telling people not even to like visit, right? And I'm like, that's cool. Like, we know what we want. We're not gonna pay you this, so like, don't even visit. Like, I heard that earlier in the spring or something like that. But you're on the inside, getting even more on the inside with your media like elevation, man. God gonna elevate you up in your media work. So what do you know about the way we're approaching recruiting, NIL, and all of that? And then I'll take it off there, and I'll be supporting, man, from here on out. All right, man. Be
For
blessed.
sure. Hey, hold on, TB, before you get out of here, say it
What's
one
up?
time. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook, one time. I've been getting these clips together. Wait till y'all hear hold on, before you do it, wait till y'all see the kickoff intro, the new intro to the show for when we kick off the season. It's not a long, drawn-out intro, but y'all gonna love some of the additions to it. So, one time, can I get you to say it for me one time, TB?
Put me in the game, Coach.
Yes, sir.
What I
Appreciate
gotta say, Coach?
Yes, sir.
Is that
I
right?
appreciate that, man. Appreciate y'all get up for TV, man.
I got you.
Sir. Hey, and I'm gonna answer this question too. I think it's a very good question, and one that a good segue to close the show out. We appreciate all the phone calls on the night. TB and Zach, man, appreciate y'all for calling in and sharing y'all thoughts. Great conversation as always when we have phone calls on the Coach Smook Network. I love it, man. I love it. My guy Dustin G on TikTok says, Dustin G Thompson, appreciate you for tapping the screen over there. Georgia, heavy. I love the Georgia presence on social media right now, man. I can't wait for the build up to that game. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. We talk all football. We just in fall camp right now, so the content is strictly Bama ball. But wait till the season starts. Y'all gonna love our Friday shows, our Thursday night. Our Thursday morning segments, our Monday morning reaction. Our Monday evening reaction shows is gonna be crazy. So stick around. Come subscribe to the YouTube channel and support the AAA family. Join. We got Georgia fans in the AAA family. We got Tennessee fans. We got Florida fans. We got Florida State fans. We got all type of fans in the AAA family. We appreciate everybody. Mr. 205, appreciate you. And Alabama fan over there on TikTok, appreciate you. Y'all make sure y'all come and tap in on the YouTube side. We need them likes, man. We almost at 40 likes on the stream. We already hit our goal. But I would love to surpass the goal, man, and just reach the next height. Now, he asked about Alabama's recruiting. What is the approach? And he was spot on with things that we was hearing. It wasn't a secret. I don't find it funny that he's asking, because a lot of media people try like they do. They try to turn narratives to make stuff soften up, blow or something. But I think Courtney Morgan, Kalen DeBoer, Jatavis Sanders, Ponder, and this staff, man, they've been very adamant. Clint Dix and his staff. That whole personnel staff have been very adamant about setting the tone of the caliber of player we want at Alabama. I'm gonna tell this story, and I don't think he would mind me telling this story, but I remember the first year working for Bama Football on YouTube. They were having spring visits. And Power 7-on-7 program, the Power Travel Football program. They always have 5 stars, 4 stars, top rated players from all over the country. They fly them out. They travel, compete, do 7-on-7s. But they have training facilities and development camps for them, and they send them to your Elite 11s and rivals camps and all of this stuff. They do exposure camps, all this. They just a big network of prospect development that is been proven. A lot of your NFL prospects have passed through this program in the past 10 years. So you look at it, and I was there, and I was credentialed media at the time. I was credentialed media with Bama football. We weren't supposed to be in there. This isn't a secret. This isn't a secret story. I told this story before, and we're going to kind of close it out. But credentialed media wasn't supposed to be there, but I wasn't there as credentialed media. Travis Smith Jr. That's a close family friend. Tennessee at University of Tennessee wide receiver, sophomore, redshirt freshman. I think he's a redshirt freshman, maybe a sophomore. Going to be wide receiver number 2, number 3 type of player for that scheme, for that system. Big name wide receiver out of that 25 class. He was in 25. And so I'm there with him, my big bro Travis, singing. And we walk around the facility. I'm talking with Coach Shep at the time, just having conversation. We small talking. He remembers me from Twitter. We're talking about some of the posts and things I was saying on the channel. He knows I'm media, right? No issues though. Everybody there, no issues. And the SID at the time, Josh Maps, I walk in the indoor facility part, and it's not hard to miss me, right? But amongst high school prospects, I could blend a little bit, right? And at the time, y'all know I had the locks, I had the hair, so I had my hair down. I had on like some joggers. I looked like I was on a visit. But Josh spotted me, man, because of an interaction that him and my boss at the time had. And so my face is fresh in his mind. Like, I was there when the interaction happened. So he spots me, he walks up to me, he's like, "Hey, you're not supposed to be in here." I was like, "Hey, I know, I'm here with one of the recruits." And he was like, he looks and he was like, "I ain't have no equipment on me. All I had was my phones, right? I had 2 phones. I wasn't doing any media coverage at the time. I was literally there on the visit with Travis and my bro." So at the time, it was a couple of defensive ends in that class that Alabama was targeting that were verbally committed during the Saban transition, and then they decommitted. And I'm on the sideline, and the head coach, Coach Porter for Coach Power, he's talking, and I'm talking to him and his staff. Former quarterback played for Boise State. He played at Boise State some years back. He was there. He's part of their staff. It was a good it was a good day, right? And Courtney Morgan walks over with Duval, and Coach Jones was there at the time. Coach Green, Kevin Green, they're all there. They walk up and they talking small talk, and it's some of the players are working out on or watching the spring practice. They watching the 11s period, the goal line, and they were just reacting, man. You see, what was the quarterback's name? Julian Lewis. He was there that day too. This is the day when they had like the record number of spring visitors at Alabama. It was like 300 prospects showed up with their families to see what the board and the staff was doing, to get a feel for it. And the whole interaction with Courtney Morgan let me like that. I'm a people reader. I read people, and that's like a gift. So that interaction with Morgan, it was personal. Like the conversation, some things that was exchanged. It was like I got a good read on who he was as a person and how he wanted to do business. But he understood that it took him and the staff time. It was going to take them time to win over the boosters, over all the support, over try to get the fan base to get a kind of a view of what direction they wanted to head in. And there were prospects that Alabama had committed that were 4-star, 5-stars that decommitted, and he spoke on them, and he wasn't speaking highly of them in the fact of like, oh, they not ready for what we trying to do. He was like, they good, but they can he do this at this position? He's an edge rusher, but can he cover? And the coach for the 7 said, he's like, "No, that's not a strong suit." And yeah, Bama don't want him. And 2 days later, we saw that prospect go on an interview after another visit at another school and was talking about, kind of basically dissing Alabama, right? Talking about how they had stopped talking to him. So this staff has already been in that mode, and to see that transpire, and kind of now they're at a place where now we won 9 games the first season. Now we've got 11 win season under our belt, right? 10-2 regular season, conference championship appearance, another top 5 recruiting class, two in a row. Now we can tell y'all how we need to do this. What we're doing is working. And y'all, all the guys' names that y'all screaming out, Ryan Williams, Latsier Brooks, give us A.K. Deer, give us Keelan Russell. Michael Carroll's going crazy, right? Xavier Brown, true freshman. Oh, he's going crazy. Red Morgan is stepping up, been starting as a true freshman, right? London Simmons, true freshman, coming into Bama going crazy, right? Making plays under Kane Womack and his defense. These are guys that they recruited. Guys that they kept over that wasn't getting no snaps under Coach Saban. Edric Hill, another one of those guys, man. Asai Fager probably wouldn't have seen much time under Coach Saban because, you know, he wasn't quote unquote developed. He wasn't gonna get heavy enough. Asai Fager is the perfect size for what Coach Womack wants to do in the scheme. So yes, the directive or the angle on recruiting is a lot more direct. And I think they have the track record to be in that position. Knowing what the NIL, what the collectives, what you have available, you don't have to play around. Bama's going to get talent, right? And it may not be quote unquote 5-star talent based off of ratings, but this staff knows how to put talent together. They know how to develop guys. First of all, we saw them do it at Fresno State. Saw them do it at Washington. Can we be real and just give them credit for doing it at every level that they've done it at? Coach DeBoer, can we give them credit? I think we can. So I appreciate y'all for tapping in tonight, man. It's been a great show. If y'all enjoy it, man, put some comments in the chat, put some emojis in the chat as we get ready to close out. Listen, don't forget to like and share the stream. If you haven't already, if you're watching Post Live, drop a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. Leave me some thoughts in the comments. We'll be back Monday morning live talking about football. We might do a mobile live tomorrow after they get done with Media Day. Going to be a lot of player availability. I might find myself in Tuscaloosa tomorrow. You never know. God might do something. He might bless it on one of y'all hearts to donate. Donate it. You have opportunities to donate. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. All of the usernames, the tag, those are at Coach Smook Network. You can definitely donate. Every donation is appreciated, and it does assist with us moving around and getting y'all coverage. So y'all know we do this full time. We have our personal training business now, fitness training, the business that we're operating. So our energy is like fully exerted into really developing and pushing the brand, the Coach Smook Network, the AAA family, authenticity above all, healthy living, positive output, positive vibes, togetherness, community, love, all of those good things. That's what we're pushing for. We need one more like to hit 40. Can we hit that before the show ends? I would love that. And we got 2 new members on stream. I appreciate y'all for becoming new members. Mary J, can you highlight those real quick? I only saw one. I don't remember the first one. I don't remember the second one. I only remember one. It says we got 2 new members. TB Speaks, I appreciate you for becoming a member of the family. And then I don't know why this stream says we got 2 new members. Maybe it was somebody before the stream joined and it's just counting. I don't know. But whatever that is, God, I thank you for whatever you're doing with the Coach Smook Network. I thank you for the community. And community, I thank y'all for supporting. And remember, when you see me in the streets, holla at me and say, put me in the game, Coach Smook. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Y'all be blessed. Hey, man, don't forget. I'll see y'all Monday morning, man. Y'all don't have to be scared. Y'all can pull up for your boy and call in on the phone line. Zach waiting for y'all to join him on that phone line. Somebody give me a roll tide. Enjoy your weekend.
Reunite,
some exposing what they want. Alabama football, yeah, I live it, yeah, I breathe it. From the streets to the bleachers, every angle, yeah, I see your film study so militant. I ain't guessing a thing. Break it down, every snap is like a coach of the team. Authenticity above all, that's where I stand. If you ain't a real fan, you'll fail with the fan. They tried to box me in, and I kicked the dough off the frame. Turn the pressure into power, put my stamp on the game. Put me in the game, coach, in the game. Put me in the game, Coach Smook, that's what they saying. Put me in the game, coach, in the game. Put me in the game, Coach Smook, that's what they saying.
Players and the staff are pulling up right now for today's scrimmage. Coach David Ballou in the front. Y'all can see everybody pulling up, man. And boys over there, look at Deontay.
Hey, y'all, I'm walking out of Walmart. Hey, what's your name, bro? Man, my name Michael McKinney, man. I'm a true Alabama fan, and this man does a good job on his podcast.
What's up, bro?
Reviewing Alabama football. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
Appreciate that, bro. Roll Tide, man.